Hi, passionate Rangers FC fans. Welcome to Rangers Update, your dedicated source for all things Rangers. Before we dive in, we want to express our gratitude for your unwavering support. If you bleed blue, don't forget to subscribe, smash that like button, and let's strengthen our community. Now, let's get into the latest updates. A hearty welcome to our new followers. Your backing means the world to us. WATP, let's get to the news. The buzz coming from Ibrox today isn't just the usual small talk you'd expect from a club of Rangers stature. No, this feels different, heavier, as if something has changed behind the scenes, something no one anticipated. The news is spreading like wildfire that a serious decision has been made, one that not only affects the squad but deeply shakes them. Players, staff, and even people close to the club are in disbelief, trying to understand what it all means. And at the center of this storm is a name that has been whispered more and more in recent weeks, Youssef Chermatai. There's a growing sense that his time at Rangers may be coming to an abrupt and unexpected end, despite all the initial promise and the belief that he was building something special with the team. The atmosphere, by all accounts, is tense, uncertain, almost surreal, as if the dressing room itself can't quite grasp what's happening. It's not common to hear about a squad completely shaken, but this seems to be one of those rare moments when the reality of football hits harder than anyone expected. Within the group, there's talk that the decision wasn't taken lightly, which makes it even harder to swallow for everyone involved. Chermatai, a player many believed was about to break out, suddenly finds himself at the center of a situation that's spiraling out of control. His teammates are stunned, not only by the potential departure, but by the speed and secrecy surrounding it. 1 minute, things seem to be progressing as planned. The next, whispers about departures, negotiations, and a future that doesn't include him emerge. This has created a strange atmosphere, where every conversation seems laden with meaning, every look carries more weight. The fans aren't immune to this either, picking up on the tension and trying to decipher the subtext of every statement and silence. There's a sense that something deeper is at stake, something that goes beyond tactics or performance, and that's what fuels the speculation even more. What makes it all the more intriguing is how highly regarded Chermatai was when he arrived. There was a buzz around him, a belief that he could bring something new and dynamic to Rangers' attack. His style, his movement, his hunger to prove his worth, everything pointed to a player ready to make his mark. But football can be cruel, and situations can change in the blink of an eye. Current rumors suggest that, whatever decision is made, it's not just about what happens on the pitch. There's talk of internal disagreements, perhaps even strategic changes that have left certain players, including Chermatai, in the crossfire. It's the kind of situation that reminds us how fragile a football career can be, especially at a club where expectations are sky high and patience is often scarce. The feeling that all this could crumble so quickly has left many observers genuinely shocked. Meanwhile, the reaction in the locker room is one of pure disbelief. Players who trained alongside Chermatai, who saw his effort day after day, can't come to terms with the idea that he might be leaving under these circumstances. There's a camaraderie in football squads that's hard to explain, and when one of your own is suddenly sidelined, the impact is different. Some are questioning what this means for them, wondering if they could be next if things don't go exactly as planned. This uncertainty can set in, affecting performance, affecting confidence, and that's perhaps the coaching staff's biggest concern right now. A decision like this doesn't just affect one player. It resonates throughout the group, shaping the mood and mentality in ways that are always visible from the outside. Fans, on the other hand, are divided between confusion and frustration. There has been no official clarification that fully explains the situation, which has only increased speculation. Social media is full of theories, some more plausible than others, but all pointing to the same conclusion. Something significant has happened and involves Chermatai's future. Fans who had high hopes for him now wonder if they will ever see his potential fully realized in a Rangers shirt. It's a strange feeling, this mix of expectation and disappointment, and it demonstrates how quickly narratives can shift in modern football. 1 minute you're thinking about what a player can become, the next you're discussing how and why it all fell apart. As the story continues to unfold, the feeling grows that this is far from over. Decisions like this tend to be complex and are rarely as simple as they seem at first glance. Whether it's a transfer in sight, a disagreement behind the scenes, or a strategic overhaul that is causing casualties, the truth will likely come to light little by little. For now, all we have is the reaction, the shock, and the undeniable feeling that Rangers have made a decision that will have serious consequences. Chermatai's situation has become the focal point, the symbol of a moment that could define the direction the club will take. And while rumors continue to circulate, one thing is certain. This is the kind of story that keeps fans talking, speculating, and waiting for the next twist. There are also rumors that Chermatai himself wasn't entirely caught off guard, which adds another layer of intrigue to the whole situation. Some sources close to the club suggest that there had been discreet conversations behind the scenes for some time, subtle signs that something wasn't right. Perhaps it was a change in how he was being used in training, perhaps a change in communication from the coaching staff, small details that could have hinted at what was to come, but never fully confirmed it. If that's the case, it paints a picture of a player trapped in limbo, aware that something might be wrong, but unable to identify exactly what. This kind of uncertainty can weigh heavily on any footballer, especially one trying to establish themselves at a club like Rangers, where every opportunity seems enormous and every setback even greater. At the same time, there's a growing belief that outside interest might be playing a role in all of this. When a young player shows potential, clubs start paying attention, agents start making moves, and suddenly the situation becomes much more complicated than it first appears. It wouldn't be the first time that interest from other clubs has influenced decisions behind the scenes. If there are offers or inquiries underway, this could explain why things have intensified so quickly. But even so, the way it all happened is surprising. Normally, there's a preparation period, a sense of progression, but this time it seems abrupt, almost as if a switch was flipped overnight. The board's position, although still kept secret, is considered firm. Whatever decision is made, they don't seem willing to reverse it, at least not at this time. This conviction suggests they see this as part of a larger plan, perhaps a squad overhaul or a recalibration of priorities. But this comes with risks. Letting a player like Chermatai slip away, especially under a cloud of uncertainty, could backfire if he excels elsewhere. That's the risk in football. Every decision has consequences, and sometimes you only fully understand them when it's too late. Among the fans, the debate only intensifies. Some are willing to trust the club's judgment, believing that those responsible must have their reasons, even if they aren't immediately clear. Others, however, are much more skeptical, questioning whether this is a misstep that could cost the team dearly in the long run. It's this division that makes moments like this so fascinating, because it's not just about what happens on the pitch, but also about belief, trust, and the relationship between the club and its fans. And at this moment, that relationship seems a little strained, as people try to understand a situation that doesn't make much sense. Chermatai's future, however, is in question. If he is indeed leaving, his next destination becomes the big question. Will he find a place that allows him to thrive, to prove that what happened here doesn't define him? Or will this moment persist, a shadow over his development that will take time to dissipate? Football is full of stories like this, where a single decision changes the trajectory of a career, sometimes for better, sometimes not. For Chermatai, this could be a turning point, a moment that will shape everything that comes next. Back at Ibrox, the focus will inevitably turn to how the squad reacts. The shock can either fragment a group or unite it even further, and this is something the coaching staff will be well aware of. They will need to manage the situation carefully, ensuring that the uncertainty doesn't affect performance or disrupt the rhythm they are trying to build. It's a delicate balance, maintaining professionalism while dealing with the emotional impact of a teammate's uncertain future. Given the suddenness of it all, it's a challenge that comes at a particularly delicate moment. While all eyes remain fixed on Rangers and this unfolding saga, one thing is certain. Youssef Chermatai's story is far from over. Whether it ends with a transfer, a dramatic twist, or something even more unexpected, it has already left its mark. The shock, the speculation, the unanswered questions, it all combines to create a narrative as compelling as it is unpredictable. And in the world of football, it's these moments, those that take everyone by surprise, that often end up defining the overall picture in ways no one could have imagined. And as the rumors continue to spread, The feeling grows that what's happening with Chermatai may only be the tip of the iceberg of a much deeper shift within Rangers. Some voices close to the inner workings suggest that this decision may be linked to a broader restructuring, one that doesn't just affect one player, but signals a change in philosophy, in direction, in how the club sees its immediate future. If this is true, Chermatai becomes more than just a name in the headlines. He becomes a symbol of transition, perhaps even sacrifice. That idea alone is enough to unsettle a locker room, because when change begins, it rarely stops at just one piece. Players start looking around, silently assessing their own positions, questioning whether they are safe or if they will be next to suffer a similar fate. This undercurrent of uncertainty can be as powerful as any tactic, shaping behaviors, affecting team chemistry, and subtly altering the balance upon which teams depend. There is also the emotional side that cannot be ignored, because footballers, despite all their professionalism, are still human at the end of the day. Reportedly, Chermatai had begun building relationships within the squad, connections that went beyond the pitch. Seeing a teammate suddenly embroiled in such a situation creates a domino effect, where concern mixes with confusion. Some say they have contacted him privately, seeking clarification, offering support, trying to understand what is really happening behind the scenes. But even these conversations seem to generate more questions than answers, which only deepens the mystery. It's not just about a player leaving, but about how it's happening, the silence, the lack of a clear explanation, the feeling that something significant is being kept out of our reach. From a footballing perspective, the potential loss of Chermatai raises serious questions about depth and planning. He was seen by many as a long-term investment, a player who could become a key figure if given the time and space to develop. Removing him from that plan so suddenly suggests either a drastic reassessment of his role or the emergence of factors that surpass his potential. Neither option fully pleases the fans, especially those who believed in the idea of building a team for the future. This creates tension between immediate needs and long-term vision, a conflict that clubs often struggle to balance. And when decisions seem abrupt, it becomes even harder for fans to trust that this balance is being maintained. Speculation has also begun to point to the possibility of disagreements that may never fully surface. Football clubs are complex environments, full of personalities, ambitions, and pressures that can sometimes clash. It wouldn't be unprecedented for a situation like this to arise from differences of opinion, whether between player and coach, or even within the administrative structure itself. If this is part of the story, it adds a layer of drama that goes beyond transfers and tactics, touching on the human dynamics that shape each club. But, without confirmation, it remains in the realm of rumors, fuel for discussions, but still without solid foundation. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and activate notifications to receive all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't miss any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. Meanwhile, media attention only increases, with each new angle being dissected, each small detail transformed into a potential clue. Former players, commentators, and people close to the club are giving their opinions, each bringing their own interpretation, their own theory about what is really happening. Some suggest patience, arguing that the complete picture will eventually emerge and may justify the decision. Others are far less convinced, warning that situations like this can damage morale and create instability if not managed properly. This chorus of voices amplifies the noise, making it even harder for the truth to stand out amidst the speculation. Despite all this, one thing remains undeniable. This is a moment that seems bigger than the future of a single player. It's a turning point, a situation that captures the uncertainty and unpredictability that define modern football. Chermatai's name may be at the center of it, but the implications go far beyond him, affecting the squad, the fans, and the Rangers management as a whole. Whether this proves to be a bold move that pays off or a miscalculation that persists, it has already left its mark on the club's narrative. And, as the days go by, the anticipation only grows, because everyone is waiting for the next piece of the puzzle, the moment when the rumors unravel or explode into something even bigger than anyone expected. Ultimately, what makes this story so fascinating is the feeling that it represents more than a simple incident, more than a simple disagreement that intensified at the wrong time. It seems like a clash of principles, a test of character, and a reflection of the broader challenges that come with building a team capable of meeting high expectations. Martin is trying to shape something that goes beyond tactics, something rooted in discipline and collective identity, while Sterling represents the kind of individual talent that can sometimes challenge those limits. When these two forces collide, the result is rarely simple or straightforward. At the moment, the situation remains unresolved, hovering in that uncertain space where anything still seems possible. And until there is a clear resolution, speculation will continue, debates will intensify, and the story will continue to evolve, involving everyone a little more in the drama surrounding one of the most talked about situations at the club right now. Greetings, fans. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to the channel, as this is greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your opinions about the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned.